Good morning to all. Thank you so much for joining in. It's a beautiful morning. We're doing a little bit of a power walk today. It seems to me that yesterday was an incredible speech about the RNC. Donald Trump. It was an incredible event yesterday where a lot of celebrities were there and a lot of people that they're really important people. They have an extremely big voice for the United States of America. They were there. But the most unbelievable thing is that, I believe right now the left media, it is using the rhetoric of Donald Trump speaking on the MS gang. And ultimately, they're cutting and editing like they do. To the Trump advisors, this is not what Nayib Bukele has done in El Salvador with the MS gang has been completely unbelievable. He has completely almost eradicated that problem from El Salvador and ultimately fixed that problem all around the continent. He has helped a lot, the world to detain these individuals that they have caused so much harm, not only to his country, but ultimately outside of the continent. The problem today relies on the people. Sound is poor. Somebody saying sound is poor. I don't know why the sound is poor. Do you guys hear me there? Again, can you guys hear me there? Apparently not. There's no comments. The comments take a little while. Crunchy, static. Jesus, let me see. Audio's cracking up. Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? Let's see if this is better. Let's see if this is better. This is better. Cracking sound. Yes, better. Okay, so it was the headphones. So apparently we have a detail of a problem. The advisors, the Trump advisors, watch out. Giving you a word of advice. This is not a problem that relies only on the MS gang, and a lot of people are saying, I'm sure that he knows. It's not that he knows, or if I'm sure that he knows. He shouldn't know. And he should know that this problem relies more on other violent gangs and other type of individuals that they're coming through the border now. These other individuals are gangs from Del Tren de Aragua, that this violent gang that is operating from Venezuela and is already in the United States of America operating. This gang, I reported this gang on a caravan. I remember that I reported this gang on a caravan on the war room with Steve Bannon. I said, Steve, this violent gang that is coming to the United States of America. They're already here. There are a lot of these members. They're here in this gang. And most definitely, they're going to enter the United States of America. And now this gang that is operating inside of your country. Ultimately, a lot of people know about this. But it's not the MS gang. It is the Tren de Aragua gang. And not only that, for the Trump advisors. It's not Tren de Aragua only. It's another gang that is called Los Lobos. Los Lobos. It is a gang that is operating from Ecuador and has operated with a lot of cartels to be sicarios and also to be hitmen. This gang has already been caught by the Panamanian government just recently. They were 2 men caught crossing the Darien Gap, which makes you understand that a lot of these men have already crossed the Darien Gap and they're already in your country operating, possibly. So, these gang de los Lobos, they're operating from Ecuador. Just recently, days ago, the Panamanian government stopped 2 of these men in the jungle that they have priors of kidnapping and homicide. And their ultimate goal was to go into the United States of America. Also, there's violent people from Colombia that they're coming. Not all people, violent people from Colombia that they're coming. And for the left media that they're trying to say Trump is talking about everybody. We know how you work. I have walked with really good Venezuelan people, phenomenal and incredible Venezuelan people. The Venezuelan people are unbelievably, incredibly great people. I love the Venezuelan people. I have carried children in the middle of the Darien Gap of Venezuela. I have carried women in the middle of the Darien Gap of Venezuela. I have helped people from Venezuela. I have walked with doctors, engineers, lawyers, teachers, farmers. But in those good people, you never mention the bad people that are coming. And you never mention the bad people because it's against your narrative. And now you're clipping things that Trump said on his RNC speech so you can make him look that he's against Venezuelan people and ultimately that he is against Nayib Bukele. And that's what you do. That's what you have done in the past. That's what you have done before. The number one enemy right here, it is the organized crime, it is the cartel, and it is uh, ultimately these criminal organizations that they are violently operating and they're coming and they're infiltrating in the most vulnerable people and the people that they are coming, undeniably on whatever reasons that they're coming. These bad people are infiltrating, and it has been shown and it has been proven that these people are being infiltrated in the middle of crossing in the Darien Gap and in the caravans crossing illegally through ports like Arizona and open border, like Texas and an open border, and ultimately places like that. To the Trump advisors that are trying to stop this, let me give you some little advice if you want to listen from a foreigner in Mexico. There's people that they're extremely qualified for this job. There's people that they're extremely qualified to give you, to advise you how the situation is in Central and South America. There's people that they have worked on the ground for years, that they know this problem and how this problem is being aggravated. We have found people in the Darien Gap that they were Afghan pilots. It has been documented that a lot of these people that are coming also from Middle East, they have prior records. You got people that they're good people that they're coming and running away from a tyrannical government. Like I documented last couple of weeks ago, a family from Iran that is running away from the tyrannical government from Iran. You got good people, but the left media and the narrative from the Spanish-speaking left media, they want to make it all about hatred about migrants, and it's not about that. No estén mintiendo, no estén tratando de lavarle la cabeza a nuestra gente. It is not about that. It's about fighting the criminal organizations, which if you are protecting, you are part of the problem too. You got a lot of people that they're qualified to know about this information and to know about what is going on. I will mention a few. You have Ben Berquam, which is an incredible patriot, and he has been in the rough situations with me, and I have been with him. He has documented 4 times the Darien Gap. He has gone through El Salvador, Central America, and also parts of Europe, documented the migration, about what the globalists and the United Nations are doing with this global compact on migration. You got Victor Avila, a former ICE agent who almost lost his life fighting the cartel in Mexico and has a lot of evidence and a lot of capabilities and capacities to know the intelligence of what's going on both sides of the border. You have also Todd Bensman, who is an incredible analyst, and also he's an incredible strategist to know the type of entities and type of individuals and statistics and numbers of what's going on the side in Central and South America and also around the continent. The guy is relentless. The guy will go whatever place. You have also Michael Young, who has been studying in Central and South America, and also he was the one that opened the doors for everybody in Darien Gap. You have a lot of people that they are extremely intelligent and knowledgeable on this factor. They're not just people that they just do videos or they work for networks. They're people that they know about what the actual problem that is happening. Myself, I have walked the Darien Gap 4 times, documented the Darien Gap 4 times, know exactly what is happening with the exact situations inside of the Panama situation. I've been in Colombia. I've been in the borders with Venezuela. Have documented more than 11 caravans. Central and South America, and also Europe. Please, you're trying to do a change. And if you're trying immediately to know this information, there's a lot of people that they can help. So the left media will not attack and will not clip. And you will get exactly the same, exactly the perfect information that you need. This is what you need right now to end this child trafficking, to end this human trafficking, to end this child abuse trafficking, to end women trafficking, and to end all of this that is exacerbated and it is happening unrelentless in our countries in Central and South America. Most importantly, you can prove the facts. You can prove the facts immediately with evidence in hand. The left media is going to try to pander and say Trump talked bad about Venezuelan people. Why? Because you need the narrative. You want to flip the narrative, and this, by flipping the narrative, you will have all migrants in the next incoming elections against the possibilities of Donald Trump coming into office. Because you ran out of options. You ran out of solutions. Joe Biden doesn't have a possibility of winning the election. And he has created a disaster of a border. The collateral damage that the Biden administration and Alejandro Mayorkas has caused, not only on the loss of people dying, because this administration of the Biden administration has been the administration where more migrants have died between the limitations of Mexico and the United States. One problem. Second, it has created a collateral damage in all Central and South America, increasing the cartel to more than a 200% operations. What does this mean? That they have made exacerbated more amounts of money out of trafficking, and they know how to cheat the loopholes and the laws of the United States of America. Third, the loss of people, deaths, the loss of people and inside of the jungle of the Darien Gap, where this has become a business and this has become a market where people and businesses, mom and pop businesses, are making thousands and thousands weekly out of the human suffering and human vulnerabilities. Fourth, the environmental disaster that this has caused inside of the media, inside of the jungle, completely destroyed the jungle in the Darien Gap and places outside of these places. And number five, you need to understand, to all the Trump advisors, real quick, you need to get out of the global compact of migration. Number one, you need to get out of the global compact of migration. Get out of every agreement of the global compact of migration. Immediately cut the funding to all NGOs that they're profiting in every border inside of the United States and outside of the United States of America. Cut the funding, cut the federal grants to these people. Investigate these NGOs, because a lot of them, they're infiltrated and they are part of this humongous smuggling problem. And ultimately investigate and audit all of these people that they're operating in these NGOs, that they have made hundreds of thousands of dollars out of human suffering and human vulnerabilities. This is what it needs to be done. There's a lot of information that needs to be put out there. We are qualified and we have been doing this job for so many years and traveling to the most difficult places. And to all the left media, Spanish-speaking media, that they want to talk about migration, fill in my shoes and we can sit down and talk. To all these leftist, progressive, mercenary, socialist, communist activists, that they defend more the narrative of the cartel and they defend more the narrative of these violent groups that they have taken advantage of our people, of our Mexican, of our Central and South American people, using them for their political gain and narrative and votes, promising them that they're going to have a better life, promising them that they were going to have a better pathway. Meanwhile, they're getting raped, they're getting abused, they're getting robbed, they're getting trafficked. This is not a way of migration. This is not a way to save lives. This is about saving lives not to take advantage of those lives. This is about that, saving lives, not about to take advantage of those lives. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining in. Just a little tip right there. You know, Spanish-speaking media is cutting and editing about what Trump said on the RNC convention. You know, you can say whatever you want. The facts are there. You cannot lie about it. Venezuela people are going to have a huge, huge weekend. On the 28th of July, the Venezuelan people are going to have their elections. Imagine, for the left media to cover this up, why don't you talk about this? Just recently, Nicolás Maduro, the communist dictator of Venezuela, threatened the opposition candidate that she is most definitely to win. And she told all the population, and he told all the population, that if he doesn't win, there will be war. And there will be bloodshed all over Venezuela. Just yesterday, the political candidate of the opposition that is fighting this communist dictator in Venezuela, her vehicle was vandalized and her brakes from her car were cut. This is a complete and direct attack to her safety. Nicolás Maduro knows that this problem that he has created is going to come to an end. And that his dictator, him being a dictator of this country, it is going to come to an end. It's because of that he's threatening the lives of all the Venezuelan people. And if he wins, you're going to have not a mass migration. You're going to have an exodus of Venezuelan people leaving that country, sadly, because of communism. God bless you all. Stay safe. Take care. Just a little quick video. I will make a more elaborated video later on today. Thank you. God bless you. And like we always say, people, God's plan, that is our mission.